Aloha, beauties. Welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. I am so happy you're here. I'm so happy you exist. And I'm so happy that we get to co-create in today's episode of A Better World with Adrienne. So this episode is all about igniting your creatrix and walking the path of happy. So I feel very, very inspired to channel this episode. I just got done doing a quantum leap meditation. I just got done doing my own breathwork journey. My soul is so lit, and I just feel a really big transmission coming through my channel. So this episode will ignite you. This episode will excite you. Like, grab your hope, grab your faith, grab your vision, and let's create it vibes. Okay. So no matter what you're doing, where you're tuning in from, let us drop in together and let us call upon the altar. The altar is saying thank you in advance to spirit. Thank you in advance to the web of wisdom and energy and love and nourishment that is not only designed to catch us and support us, but craves it. So on the altar today, I have an unscented white candle burning. This is purifying the space, calling in the holy space, and just keeping it pristine in this moment. I have a big citrine Lemurian quartz crystal shaped in a heart. This represents the heart chakra of all of us, of the world, and the hopes and dreams of each of us and the hopes and dreams of the world, and putting that on the altar for spirit, for this golden love and vision. I have a white rose on the altar representing new beginnings. I have a Ganesha on the altar, the remover of obstacles. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. May you remove all obstacles in our path, and the ones that we do encounter, may they be here to sharpen us, to change us, to love us. I have pink hibiscus on the altar, representing unconditional love for you, for me, for all of us. I have a mermaid statue on the altar, reminding each of us and showing beauty, beauty of life, beauty of flow, beautiful creation power, which is the divine feminine. All of this we have on the altar, setting the stage for this transmission. And now, no matter where you're tuning in from, feel your feet on Mother Earth, feel your feet as you walk, feel your feet as you're driving your car, and just land in this time, in this space. We will take our 3 deep breaths to connect our energy before we dive fully in. Close your eyes if that feels good to you. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Arrive in this space. Inhale through your nose. All the way up through your crown chakra. Feel the color purple surround your whole body in safety and love. Keep holding at the top because you can. This creation energy, this psychic power energy entering the space. Exhale out the mouth. One last inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top and set an intention for this episode. Not only what will you get, but what will you give? Can you give presence, joy, truth, rawness, a willingness to open? Exhale out the mouth. Gently flutter your eyes open. And let's begin. Let's begin this transmission. So my soul is so lit right now, and I'm really just excited to channel. This is more of a quantum episode. This is more of a, like, yes, I'm going to give you tangible tools always, because that's what we do here at A Better World with Adrienne. Like, this portal exists for you to expand your leadership, expand your creation power, expand your spiritual prowess, so that you can anchor your vision. That's an important part of A Better World. And today's episode is really important because we're going to get into how to ignite your creatrix, okay? And the path of happy. Ignite your creatrix and the path of happy. So I first heard this word, creatrix. You know, we've all heard the word matrix, and a matrix is simply just a structure, okay? And so the matrix that we have been, you know, embedded in this human construct does not have our highest interest at heart. You know, it's the government, it's the mainstream, it's the masses. And so if you resonate with me in my work, you are a spiritual soul. You are a leader that either is already leading yourself or you're on the path of leading yourself. And you're here to be the beginning of major change on planet Earth through spiritual leadership. So it comes back to the Margaret Mead quote, never doubt the power of a small group of citizens to change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And so there's a lot more mainstream people than there are people who are going to stick their neck out and go first, especially in this like spiritual badass way of life, this creatrix, okay? And so the matrix is the structure that is designed to oppress us, right? We're very familiar with it. This is the government, this is our conditioning, this is the patriarchy, this is the wounded masculine and the wounded feminine, okay? We can't have one without the other. That's a whole other podcast. But today we're not going to talk about the matrix, okay? You know, the matrix exists. It's there. It's designed to oppress us. And here in this community, it's about waking up, and entering new ways of being, new ways of living, so you can create no matter what, right? This is the creatrix. And so I heard the word creatrix for the first time a couple months ago, and I just got this image of like sacred geometry and like, okay, so we're in the quantum creating. And you know me, I'm very much on the 3D tangible. Like, these are the how-to steps in the 3D. Yes. However, it's an energy ignition. It's a way of life. It is a way of being. It is a transition from creation, from matter to matter, to quantum creation. And I'm recording this in Pisces season. This is very Pisces. This is also very Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is the builder and father time and discipline. And so one of the most important disciplines we can embody and expand as spiritual creators is igniting our own creatrix. Ignite your creatrix. And you must probably do this daily. So there's going to be a first initial like ignition where you realize like, oh wow, like I have a creatrix and I have that power to create whatever I want, no matter my external circumstance. And I don't need to do it in the linear way. You can do it in a quantum way, in an energetic way. And so this is not about, you know, the law of attraction is cool and it's real. It's also incomplete. What's real is the law of resonance. We do not manifest what we want. We manifest what we feel safe receiving and what we are vibrating at a cellular level. And this is why the work that I do with my amazing clients through breathwork and astrology is so powerful, why they quantum leap again and again and again and again and again, is because we get into the cells and we get into the nervous system. So when I talk about this idea of igniting your creatrix, this is your creation power, okay? The truth is, you are powerful beyond measure. There's literally nothing you cannot create. The only thing blocking you is you. The only thing blocking you is your unhealed nervous system. The only thing blocking you is your thoughts, is your patterning, is your conditioning, is your unwillingness to get uncomfortable. Okay. And so something that's part of igniting your creatrix is, yo, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and not just comfortable. Celebrate the discomfort. Celebrate the discomfort. So one of my things that I love to say is I chase, and it's not only say, this is how I live, chase discomfort like a spiritual sport. I on purpose get uncomfortable every day because I know I'm growing, because I know I'm expanding, and it's living outside the edge, right? Because if we keep doing what we've always done, we're going to keep getting what we've always gotten. And so many of us are right now are being called to a new way of life. It's like life's a game and creating is a game, and we've just leveled up, and spirit's like, oh, next level. And it's like all the old ways of doing things are not really working anymore. So let me know if this is resonating with you, if you're out there and you're like, yeah, all the old ways are like not working anymore, and so I get to have a new way. This is the new way. Ignite your creatrix. Okay, so it starts with a mindset that like, you are powerful as fuck. Your natural state is creativity. Your natural state is to create. All right. This is why kids play. It's a state of play. It's a state of delight. It's a state of pleasure. It's a state of expansion. Joy is literally the highest frequency on the planet, the highest creation frequency that exists. That exists, my love. And so igniting your creatrix is igniting this mindset and igniting this way of life that like, you are the creator. You are the creatrix. It's not something you're looking for outside you. It's you tapping into the power of the cosmos and the whole fucking universe within you, and then tapping into that in the quantum field and making magic with it. Okay, I'm just going to share one small, amazing example from my life from today, on the day that I'm recording this. So this morning I wrote in my manifestation journal, and first of all, I avoided the word manifestation for so long because it's so distorted. A lot of people think about manifestation and they're like, oh, I just sit there and meditate and things come to me. And it's like, yeah, that happens. Also, you must take action. You must take action on it. This is the biggest thing that I see blocking people, is like, they're not taking the action. They're not taking the action. Okay. And they're not doing the healing. You can't meditate your way out of trauma. I'm going to be real with you. That takes consistent, potent, deep nervous system healing. And that's why I love what I do with my clients, because that's what we do. Spoiler alert, shameless plug. If you want to become my client, I'm calling in one-on-one clients right now. So go to the link in the show notes and apply. You can also book a one-on-one session with me to feel out if I am the mentor for you. Okay, so here's how you ignite your creatrix. You remember that you're a creator. People have forgotten the power of your mind. The power of your mind. Your mind is here to carry out the messages of the body. And here's the thing. If we can all be brainwashed to not believe in ourselves, if we can all be brainwashed to, obey the patriarchy, if we can all be brainwashed to stay stuck, we can sure as hell brainwash ourselves into the truth, which is you are powerful beyond measure. And here's the thing. Here's a powerful thing. Whether you believe in magic or not, whether you believe in the universe or not, whether you believe in any of this or not, it's like, whatever you believe is what you will create. So might as well choose something to brainwash yourself into greatness. Okay. And I use the term brainwash because it's like a lot of us have been brainwashed for so long to forget who we are, to not believe in ourselves, to not love ourselves, to not acknowledge our worth, to be separated from spirit, to be separated from our magic. And it's like, if we can be brainwashed stuck, we can be brainwashed open. And it's up to us to do it with our mind. All right. So the creatrix is mind, body, spirit. Spirit is what exists in the field. Mind is our third eye. It's meditation. It's visualization. It's that focus. It's literally pulling it through your ajna. All right. And this is a very powerful center for me because the only two defined centers in my life are my ajna and my throat. Okay. The rest are undefined. And that's a little human design nugget. So we have mind, body, and spirit. Body is what controls 95% of our decisions. You will not be able to ignite your creatrix fully if you have come from an unregulated, unhealed, unreset nervous system. You just won't. Okay. And that's why what I do matters so much. That's why it changes my life every day, including today, and all of my amazing clients' lives as well. So, but here's the thing, to ignite your creatrix, you remember that you are a powerful magician. Okay. I call myself a life magician because that's what I do. I make magic with life. And here's one example from my life this morning where I ignited my creatrix and within 10 minutes, shit happened. Okay. So I wrote in my manifestation journal, which it's like, yeah, I'm manifesting these things. I wrote a few different things. I wrote, I love how I receive an unexpected windfall of cash into my account in the next 48 hours. Here's a fun fact. Spirit needs a timeline. Spirit needs a timeline. Okay. So it doesn't mean that it will always happen in that timeline, but like when you get really good at this is making magic with life. When you get really good at this, it can happen very, 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 very quickly. Okay. So this is what happened this morning for me. I said, I love how I randomly get invited on a whale adventure this weekend. And today is Monday. And I was like, oh yeah, by the weekend, I want to get invited to go, connect with the whales. I haven't connected with them that closely or been on a whale watch or anything since I've been here. And guess what? 10 minutes later, my teacher and friend, Raquel, who some of you may know on the podcast, shout out to Raquel Webb, fellow Lumerian sea star. She messages me, texts me, hey, do you want to go whale watching on Friday? Literally, I started laughing. I'm looking up at the sky and I'm like, oh my God, spirit. And it was one of those days, like I've been going through a lot behind the scenes in my transition to Maui, like a lot. It has been one of the most incredibly challenging and fortifying initiations of my whole life. I keep telling my close friends, I'm like, I'm in the spiritual Olympics. Like, this is what I've been training for my whole fucking life. I used to think it was COVID. It wasn't. That was just the warm up. Okay. And it was that proof in the pudding. Like, I just hit the mic because I got so excited. So hopefully that doesn't mess up the recording. It was the proof in the pudding of like, hey, you are a powerful creator. You are a powerful creatrix. Like when you speak, spirit responds. So here's a part of being a creatrix. Your voice is a command. People are like, oh, words don't matter. Like it's semantics. It's like, there's a reason why it's called a spelling bee. You're literally casting spells. Words are spells. how you speak, as I speak is so I create. That's what abracadabra means. And it's commands to spirit. So I either call it my manifestation journals, but I call it my daily commands. And it's like, I love how this happens. I love how this happens. I love how this happens. Okay. And when you get really, really good, and when you're really, really aligned, and when you're neutral and you just let these things come in and you ask for what you truly want, they happen, and they happen quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, and with more delight and more joy than you could ever possibly imagine. Okay. And so this is just, ignite your creatrix is you are remembering. Like, I'm not telling you anything new. Okay. You are remembering your power as a creator, as a co-creator with spirit, with source, with God, with the stars, with whatever you want to call it. Like, I am helping you remember. There's a reason why the first ever episode of A Better World with Adrienne is called, it's self-remembering. It's self-remembering. Okay. And so self-improvement is like, hey, I'm improving these skill sets. I'm improving these skill sets. I'm improving these skill sets, right? Skill is different than soul. Right now, I'm helping you remember your soul, that you are a powerful creatrix. Okay. And then the skill is, how do I carry out my creative powers, my innate soul desires? Okay. And so it's this idea of bridging the 5D and then pulling it into the 3D. Okay. Through words you speak, through actions you take. All right. And so igniting your creatrix is all about these golden threads. Okay. So there's a golden thread in your heart right now that has your dreams. And there's golden threads. And when I say golden thread, somebody just asked me this earlier today. It's like these little winks from spirit and source, these synchronicities. It's like, hey, I was just thinking of this person and then they reached out to me. Or like, hey, I was thinking about this one car and then this car just drove past me right here. Or, hey, like, I needed this, I needed this like extra cup of sugar for this recipe, which is such a random example because first of all, I don't make recipes. And second of all, I don't eat sugar. And then like your neighbor's like, hey, I have some extra sugar. Do you need it? It's like all of that, those synchronicities, those are golden threads, and those are always guiding you. They're guiding you throughout your life. And it's either like green light, green light, green light, green light, or red light, red light, red light, red light, red light. And it's either yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And the way you follow this golden thread, this is like living by spirit. And this is the path of happy, right? Which I'm going to get into, is like, follow the golden threads. Okay. So one of my favorite quotes from The Alchemist is, I make my own decisions. I trust the omen. He says, I follow the omens and make my own decisions. Okay. So it's like following the omens is trusting the golden threads. It's like, hey, this feels like a no. So I'm going to honor that no and go over here. Hey, this feels like a no, I'm going to go here. Oh, yes, I'm going to go full speed ahead here, full speed ahead here. And knowing that you're so deeply guided. It's like me asking for, I've had so many moments where I'm literally just like crying my eyes out, you guys. Like, there is so much going on. Like, some of it is so amazing and wonderful, and some of it is very, very, very challenging. And just like crying my eyes out, and I'll just ask. This is like the Maya Angelou. I have so many quotes coming through me today. Ask for what you want and be prepared to receive it. Like, I remember just looking up at the sky and being like, Spirit, I need a sign. I need a sign that I'm on my right path. I need a sign that I'm loved, that like I'm doing okay. I just need a sign. Like, my human mind right now cannot hang. I need you. I need you, Spirit. And literally a cardinal flew up to me and sat right on a tree right in front of me. And a cardinal is my grandma, my Nana, Sally. And I just started crying even harder because I was like, oh my gosh, it's so real. It's so real. And it's really important. It's really important to stay tapped into this web. First igniting your creatrix, and then you follow these golden threads. You follow these golden threads. Okay. So we've ignited your creatrix, and your creatrix is like your avatar basically for, hey, like I'm a powerful as fuck creator. And like, you can decide what your creatrix looks like at any given moment. Like I'm a magician. I'm a mermaid medicine woman. But when I'm in my creatrix power, I'm like, boom, I'm a magician. I'm like, oh, I need a pentacle. Here's a pentacle. Think about the magician card in the tarot. Okay. Ooh, time for my wand. Ooh, time for a cup. Ooh, time for a sword. Like, oh, I asked for that and here it is. Oh, I asked for that and here it is. And it's not this entitlement energy. Here's the big thing about that blocks people is like, this comes from a seat of deep, lifelong right relationship with spirit. Okay. It's not booty calling in the universe when you're desperate. Okay. That is old paradigm. That's fuckboy culture that has been projected onto source. Okay. We don't do that here. This is about like, hey, I'm in daily ritual with spirit, and we play this game, and I am a powerful creator. And when I show up again and again and again to this relationship, then, when I feed it, it feeds me. I had this major download come through the other day at the end of a breathwork journey, and it was like, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, said, feed me and I'll feed you. Feed me and I'll feed you. And so it was like, oh my gosh, you got to keep connecting to the land even more. Like, keep connecting to my meditations, keep connecting to all the people that, make me feel closer to spirit. And, that means disconnecting from things that don't. All right. Feed me and I'll feed you. Like, feed this relationship and you will be fed in overflow. Okay. So ignite your creatrix and the path of happy. So the path of happy is the highest creation path. It is the highest path of every single person on this planet. And here's the thing, we're going to make a better world. Like, happy people will make a better world. People that are living their purpose will make a better world. It's not people in jobs that suck their fucking soul and make them deeply unhappy. It's not people in the wrong relationships. It's not people, there's this thing that happens, and I call it spiritual sadness. And it's the sadness of not being who you actually are and becoming who you came here to be. That's the most deep pain I think exists, is the pain of not being who you truly are and becoming who you came here to be. To me, that's like deep spiritual sadness. And that is the crux of all the challenge we are experiencing on planet Earth right now. People are spiritually sad. People are spiritually malnourished. Okay? You must ignite your creatrix and walk your path of happy. You get to be happy. Happy is that thing that lit you up as a child, that whatever brings you that joy, whatever brings you that obsession, go after it, plunge forward, okay? Bounce forward in it and let it be a game. Run up to the edge of the cliff and look over the side, and you're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. It's that childlike joy. It's that childlike wonder. And, it's really easy to get separated from this with so much pain on planet Earth. It's really easy to get so separated from the path of happy when your external circumstance is deeply challenging, when your external circumstance is fucking hard, when, things are ending, when things are dying in your life. Like, I'm having a lot of massive alchemy behind the scenes, and I keep coming back to this: ignite your creatrix and the path of happy. Follow what makes you happy. If you don't know what makes you happy, just try something new. And then you might discover like, hey, this doesn't make me happy, but like now I know that, so I'm going to try something else. But it's like, okay, happy, heart-centered, go. Follow the path of happy. It's going to be playful. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And here's the thing that a lot of people get wrong about the path of happy. You know, one of the most key elements to happiness is challenge. I know in every fiber of my being, from my life, from witnessing hundreds of clients' lives and studying the collective just deep, we are designed to learn and grow. We are happiest when we are learning and growing. We are happiest when we are mastering a skill. We are happiest when we are progressing. We are happiest when we are overcoming obstacles. So it's like, what if you took this obstacle in your path, whichever one is in your path right now, because we all have one, and maybe it's, hey, what I see on the news deeply disturbs me and I'm frozen. Hey, I'm in the wrong marriage. I'm in the wrong job. I'm in the wrong place. Like, imagine if I had gotten the call like, hey, you're living in the wrong place, and I just fucking ignored that. Okay, that's called spiritual sadness. What did I do instead? I walked the path of happy. I had no idea how I was going to get here. I had no idea anything about Maui because I had never been here. Literally on my way here, the fires happened, and I was just like, keep following the path of happy. Keep following the path of happy. Ignite your creatrix and follow the path of happy. Okay? And here's the other thing about happiness. Happiness is what they chase it, right? It's like everybody wants to be happy, but what does that even mean? Happiness is a verb. It's a frequency. It's a radiance. It comes from joy. It comes from unconditional love. And you know what it comes from? It comes from deep alignment of acting with your truth and deep alignment of living your potential. The happiest people I know are living their path of potential. And I say path because you're never going to reach your full potential. That's what makes it so amazing, right? It's the game that never ends. It's the game of growth. It's the game of expansion. It's the game of enlightenment. It's just like that learning, creation energy. Challenge is part of this, is part of happiness. And peace is part of happiness as well. And so a powerful journal prompt would be, what does happy mean to me? What's happiness to me? And if it's hard for you to know that, ask someone who's really close to you. Hey, what time in my life do you think I was happiest? When have you seen me at my happiest? When have you seen me at my happiest? And that'll really shed a lot of light for you, for your path of happy. And I guarantee you are building something. I guarantee you were building something during that. I guarantee you were learning, you were moving through something. It wasn't some stagnant, like, I'm sitting here being happy. No, it's like a pulse. It's a dance with life. That's what happiness is. And it's like the Elle Woods quote from Legally Blonde. Happy people just don't kill their husbands. They just don't. And so it's like, happy people don't start wars. They don't, right? And, you know, that's a very, very light, fun example on a very, very heavy topic. But happy, if we had a world full of happy, fulfilled people and their purpose, we would be living in New Earth. So the path of happy is extremely, extremely important. So this whole transmission is about remembering your powerful as fuck creatrix and living your path of happy. Ignite your creatrix and live the path of happy. So here's one thing about happiness as well. It's like, there's going to be challenge. There's going to be immense resistance. Okay. Don't think about what feels good in the moment. Think about what feels good to have done. Guess what? I crave my cold showers and my cold plunges. There's always a moment right before I get in, though, where everything in my body tells me not to do it. Every single thing in my body and my mind is like, you don't do that, don't do that. Danger, burr, abort mission. And guess what I do? I take command of my life and my mind. And when my mind says go, we go. And we go. And guess what? I'm always laughing like 30 seconds into it because the cold water feels so good. It's so good for my body. It's so good for the nervous system. It's so good for your energy and your emotions. And it's just really, really good for you. It's just really, really good for you. So it's not about what's going to make you happy in the moment, because here's the thing. It's not going to make you happy to skip the cold plunge when you know that's what's going to help you. You're going to be, at the end of your day, you're going to be disappointed in yourself. Hey, I said I was going to do that thing and I didn't do that. I don't believe in me. I don't trust me. I don't respect me. And it's a slippery slope downhill from there. Okay, so people are like, I just want to do what makes me happy. I just want to do what makes me happy. But it's like, happiness is not comfort. Happiness is, I'm alive. I'm alive and I'm doing what I know I get to do to create my dream. That's happiness. That's happiness. So follow the path of happy. It's like life gets to be perpetually good, perpetually good, perpetually good, perpetually good. It's not that there won't be challenge, but it's like people fear success and have difficulty receiving the amazing things way more than they are at just staying stuck in the old negative lies. Okay. And what will get you out of this, no matter what you're going through, whether you're on a rocket ship of positive momentum right now, or you're like, hey, I felt really, really stuck and really, really just alone and just, oh my God, overwhelmed by what's going on in the world and moving through all these tough emotions. And I'm realizing these things about myself. It's like, remember the path of happy and your creatrix. All right. So that's this episode. Ignite your creatrix and live the path of happy. You're going to romp forward on the path of happy. You're going to dance forward on the path of happy. And it's not about bypassing your emotions. Sometimes the thing that's going to ignite your happiness is to sit with a friend. I did this today with my dear friend, Julia. We had a Zoom call where we talked for like an hour and a half and I cried for part of it. And then we sat there and we just connected, just soul connection. And it was like, I am happy. That was following the path of happy, right? Because it's like, it's not about what will feel good in the moment always. It's about what will it feel good to have done? What will it feel good to have done? Like, do you want to go to bed tonight and be like, oh, I was going to do this thing and I didn't do this? That's spiritual sadness, that's spiritual abandonment of your soul. Or it's like, I'm going to be so happy I did this. I'm going to be so happy I did this. Like, it doesn't really matter how it turns out. Like, first of all, if you don't quit, you will succeed. Second of all, you're going to be happy that you did it. All right. So this is this transmission. I hope this was just a big boost of positivity and magic and inspiration for you. Like, that is my deepest intention. Like, remember that you're powerful as hell and you are a magical being, and that, you know, your path of happy is important and it's a direct route to your dreams. So run, don't walk. In fact, skip, dance, do a twirl down the path of happy. Why don't you? Twirl your hair. Ah, I love this community. I love this podcast. So a few invitations for you. If you really vibe with this, if you want me as your mentor, if you want to go deep with me, if you want to ignite your creatrix and walk your path of happy with me as a leader of a better world, here's a couple ways you can do so. So New Earth Temple, my membership, we meet every new moon and full moon in ceremony, breathwork ceremony. We study the stars. There's a few different tiers and ways you can join that. The link is in the show notes to join. And I am also welcoming one-on-one mentorship clients right now into my world. This is for you if you want my one-on-one support, if you want me as your daily coach, healer, guide, personal astrologer, breathwork facilitator, life magician. Like, you will master all of these skills and more in one-on-one mentorship. My clients create all the money that they want. They create relationships. They find love. They heal, trauma that's held them back for their whole lives. Like, they manifest dreams on repeat. And so that's what we do in one-on-one mentorship. And I cannot wait to welcome the souls that will sign up. I am currently calling in three new one-on-one mentorship clients in March 2024. So if this is you, go to the link in the show notes and apply. Also, if you've never experienced my work before, you can book a one-on-one session. So my one-on-one sessions are all now, they're called limitless activation sessions. So they are a combination of breathwork, astrology, and coaching, all of them. You can choose whether you want breathwork or not when you book. So not everybody needs to do breath work. However, I highly recommend it because it'll create your highest transformation. But those are the ways you can work with me. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I'm leading a digital detox with the spring equinox. So you can sign up for that as well. That is a 3-day experience for you to unplug from social media and tap into spirit in deep ceremony. So these are the ways you can work with me and dive deeper into this work. All right, beautiful soul, go out there, be an amazing you, be the change, be the light, make a stranger smile because it charges the whole field. It ignites their creatrix, even though they might not realize it. And it ignites the path of happy for everyone. You have no idea the positive ripple that can make. Don't forget how amazing you are, that your ideas are unique and rare, and that they matter. I love you so much. Go be the creatrix. Live your path of happy. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.